Well, I did like most of this episode, mainly all of the stuff that included Hanto and Kenji, with Hanto being conflicted about his feeling towards what he should do, believing that Kenji should pay for his crimes, but also after so many months and almost like having a full year of interactions with so many Granuts and Shoma, he already saw Granuts that can be good, if it's Shoma and Lakia, and even seeing Dente taking a turn to the good side. And it was like fucking fantastic, because if you think about it, he's also like dealing with, okay, this dude kidnapped my mom, I lost her, she's dead. Like, this is an interesting way to put Hanto in this story, while also learning about Kenji's backstory about owning a candy shop back in the Granutz's world, and pretty much stumped his shop out, and he trying out some dark candies, and he became a part-timer. When he got a human disguise, he was pretty much almost like taken in by the family that owns the pastry shop, and pretty much like when the father of the family pretty much taught him how to make the candy, he pretty much gained more joy in life. He regained his joy of making candies, which made him quit overall as like a part-timer, and having Hanto think about it, and in the end Hanto not doing it, saying that life is dead now, he can now live on as Kenji for the rest of his life, literally echoing the same words that Kenji told to him. But the difference is he's pretty much attributing to Kenji's role in the little kid's part of his life, which is fucking fantastic. Like, that worked so well, and it showed how much Hanto grew as a character for the past year, and it was fucking fantastic. I just wish that the rest of the episode was good, or at least like like at least 40, even less than 40, maybe like 30 to 25, maybe even 15% of the episode was as good as this, because fuck, Chip is just this odd character that last episode was going nuts, like being angry and emotional, and they were like blaming Shoma for all of what happened to their family, and Shoma is the fault, and they were trying to kill him. And when Nilv came to them with a proposition of getting modified with the bitter Gavv driver, they needed to have a fucking think. Like, why? Like, here's the thing, like, I felt like from the beginning, when the Vam stream fucking gear shit was kind of leaked and rumored about, it's like, oh, that should be Jeep. Jeep would be a brilliant character, because they are emotionally damaged, and I think that Nilv would totally see it and use it to his advantage. Even when the bitter Gavv shit came out, I was like, oh, that would be brilliant if Jeep would have it, because, again, they're vulnerable, they're emotional, they would take that step. Now it's like, no, they're married, but also they need to think about it. And it's like, they have emotional breakdowns. Their sister was trying to kill them last episode. They were beaten up so bad last week that their wife needed to come in and help them. Oh, let me have a think. Let me switch my fucking look and like take the form of my sister and have a think. Like, here's the thing. In my opinion, if Jeep said yes straight off the bat, like, I could have seen the show actually redeeming them, and it could have maybe worked. Because it's like, okay, you can take the emotional aspect of it. You could say, oh, they were super emotional, and it made sense. I can say that. I can see that. But having Jeep think about it, it's like, what should I do? And then decide on yes, and like the reaction of it when they woke up from the surgery would have worked so well if they were so gung-ho from the beginning about it, and having them transform to Baki sticks, which was a form that is like we've heard, seen for like what since like the sword came out, so that was a long fucking time ago. And having them at least look good, at least at the first part of the fight, and then lose to Shoma, doesn't make them look good. I'm sorry, like, I think this part of the episode, this part of this entire arc, is a complete and utter failure. Like, I think, like, at least in the way of, like, this is the lead up to the final arc, and it doesn't feel like a true lead up. Why the fuck, like, I felt more emotionally connected to Suga? Why did I know that, like, oh, like, Suga is important to me? Because we got hints. Like, I don't know anything about Lizelle. I don't know anything about Boca. Like, those are characters that are pretty much were thrust upon us from the beginning of this arc, and, like, we don't know really anything about them, and they don't really present themselves as more of like three-dimensional characters. They feel like puppets. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like Jeep as an arc, Jeep as a character is this show's potential, man. Like, I put it on community. I put the potential man meme on my community post because I saw it on like Twitter, and I was like, I felt like it was really funny, so it's like I posted it. But it's true, Jeep is the potential man of Gavv. But to offset the bad with the good, Lakia, he's getting more character, and he's getting more actual, like, monologues almost, with Shoma, pretty much having Shoma talking to him about Kenji and what he would have done in Hantos' place. And, like, I love that Lakia is this character that, you know what, he grew his heart. He has room for his heart. He has forgiveness in his heart to almost everyone. Like, you can see it with the way he looks at Shoma. You see it with the way that he talks to Dente. Like, Dente is kind of the person that pretty much was the first domino that made pretty much Komel die, but he forgave him. He doesn't use him. He understands that he is a help that he can actually do. Like, Dente already redeemed himself in the eyes of Shoma, in the eyes of Dente redeemed himself in the eyes of Lakia, and it worked. And having him pretty much say, yeah, like, to be honest, if I was like Hato, I would have killed Komel's killer. And you know what? Maybe you can say that he at least died in his arms and he was a lot older, so it would have, like, his way of looking at things is different. But also, like, with the way that the episode ends, it seems that they're not going to do any nuance with it, and it's gonna be kind of like the straight up bad guy. Because Glotto did show up a lot in this episode, a lot. She showed up twice. Once kind of in the middle, kind of shaking up some part-timers. And at the end, when Kenji pretty much returned to the shop, and after the fight with Hanto, he pretty much returned to working at the shop, and Glotto found him, and Glotto killed him. In the most obvious, oh, she's the killer vibe. Like, here's the thing. It could be a ginormous red herring. Here's the thing. How many more red herring for Komel's killer we're going to get? Is it going to be Glotto? Because if it is, because it's odd when Komel died, there was like a big gash on his back. And when Kenji died, he pretty much disappeared. So are they going to do another fucking red herring? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I love Lucky as a character. He's probably my favorite character out of the cast. But, for fuck's sake, like, why? Why another red herring? Like, we already had one. Are we going to do a second one? And then a third one? And maybe this is going to be like the V-Cinema thing? No! It shouldn't be the V-Cinema thing. For fuck's sake. Just have it be finished in the show. And yeah, it has to be finished in the show. Because, like, he's literally going to get an upgrade. So it's literally going to be Glotto. Which, I'm fine with it. I don't know. It really depends. Like, you know what? I'm more than fine with it I'm content by it, mainly because it's giving Klato something. Because, oh boy, like, when I'm going to talk about all of the characters in the end of the show, man, Klato was a nothing burger. She's kind of still is. But, yeah, like, this episode overall had the genuinely strong points. The stuff with Kenji and Hanto, Lakia, even the stuff with Shoma. The fight scene between Bitter Gavv, Vrem, and Gavv was great. I just believe that Jeep as a character is fucking useless, and Glotto is just forced on upon this role of being Komel's killer for no apparent reason of like, oh, we need to do something with her and we kind of need to do something with Vrem because we're going to sell a toy, so let's just do that. I don't know, like I feel like Gavv is in this weird period of time of like, we're in the third arc and I don't feel any intensity going up. Like, I could say, because like I can say it as someone that now covered how many shows in the Reiwa era? I covered Saber, I covered Gitz, I covered Gachard, I now covered Gavv, so those are 4 seasons of Rider that I covered in the Reiwa era. And I can always say that how much like some shows I didn't like their build up to the finale, at least they felt like a build up. Here it's like, oh, we're just going with the flow and it doesn't work. Yeah, but to be honest, like the stuff with Kenji and Hanto worked really well. To be honest, like if Jeep would have been like gung-ho about becoming Bitter Gavv and not rethink about it, I would have actually gave this episode like a surprisingly higher score. But yeah, episode number 38 of Kamen Gavv gets a B. So let's talk about that Bucky stick form. Finally, we get to see it and it's actually fucking neat. I hate how much I actually fucking love that suit. It's super fucking cool looking. It is weird that is the pretty much equivalent to like the chips form that Gavv had, but you know what? It actually works. I love that like you can see the chips and like you see Jeep actually like using it as some sort of weapons. That was cool. Like I like it. Like it's very minimalistic, like in its color scheme. Like you can clearly see that like, oh, it's I think just the Bitter Gavv armor. Yeah, I think it's just the straight up regular ass Bitter Gavv armor blacked out with just the chips on it. And like the chips are golden like yellow, so it looks neat and it works well with the color scheme. But yeah, it's cool. Like the blue eyes are neat. Yeah, like that's a neat looking form, to be honest. So, what you thought about Kamen Gavv episode 38? Comment below, let me know. If you have any other ideas of, okay, if it's not Glotto that be the one to kill Komel, who it would be? Would it be Lizelle? Would it be too odd that it's now Lizelle? And what the fuck they're going to do with it? What's your right now thought? Because we are semi in the middle of this arc. What's your overall thought of this arc next to the rest of the arcs of the show right now? Please, like, I would love to interact with all of you in the comments. Yeah. If you like the video, please like it. I would love to hear your impressions of like this review because I feel like I'm not in a big majority of the group and of the entire community, but I feel like I am very vocal about my opinions of what the fuck happened to Gavv because I would love to learn some of the backstage because it really feels like a lot of the stuff got rewritten. Yeah. So, if you haven't helped your subscribe button to achieve its true goal of becoming a subscribed button, please smash that subscribe button. Don't forget, you're the only one that can prevent forest fires Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day. Bye bye!